what the Hebrew words at the bottom mean, the scroll of life.
Dear Muslim friends,
that God has invested in me.
Afghanistan, March 2001. Soldiers of a fiercely fundamentalist Taliban sect destroy centuries-old sacred artifacts. Huge, ancient statues of Buddha in the name of their version of Islam.
Each religion believes in its supremacy over other religions, causing prejudice and disrespect. Through interaction, we can familiarize ourselves with other religions, learn about them, and come to understand both our similarities and differences.
Nearly a decade ago, a Buddhist monk from Taiwan named Xin Dao had a vision, a world-class museum dedicated to exploring the interconnections of the world's great religions and to preserving sacred religious treasures. Born here at the Wushang Monastery in the remote mountains of Taiwan, the Dharma Master's dream is about to become a reality.
Well, one spring day, about 3 years ago, the Dharma Master appeared in Soho with some of his followers, came up to our offices and put on the table before us an idea that was a great surprise and a great revelation, because he had a vision for a museum that would attract the international audience, that would be vested with extraordinary artifacts to show the similarity of the world's religions.
Ralph Applebaum is one of the world's leading exhibition designers. Some of his most notable projects include the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington, D.C., and the Rose Center Planetarium at the American Museum of Natural History in New York.
Well, it seemed to me both a beautiful idea and an extraordinarily challenging project.
Dr. Lawrence Sullivan directs Harvard University's Center for the Study of World Religions and helped develop the initial concept and content of the museum.
We have very few places to understand other people's religions. We might understand our own in our own church or mosque or synagogue or temple, but where do we get an adequate understanding of our neighbors' religious beliefs?
By using the tools of modern communications, by using the tools of theater, of media, of new technologies, mixing that with architecture, mixing that with a powerful narrative, we thought we actually could take people on what has turned out to be a universal journey.
In the museum, the journey begins with an act of purification, a common practice to nearly all the world's religions.
We thought that the best way to get all the visitors connected to the story was to put them all through a cleansing experience, one that in fact allows them to wash their hands, to encounter water. And so the very first experience in the museum is to place your hand on a wall of water and let that water just bathe your hand, and then enter a long mist-filled hallway. It's actually a journey, and along that journey you see projected on the walls people on the Hajj, people carrying their saints down a mountain cliffside in Peru, people going to church on Easter Sunday.
Each space in the museum represents a different religious evaluation of existence and time. The long entry corridor looks at the long line of chronological history. The circular lobby looks at the recurrent cycles of liturgical time. The Gallery of Life, or the Journey of Life gallery, looks at the life cycle of a human individual, the time of an individual's biological life, and the way in which the moments and passages of life are celebrated with ceremonies.
the museum experience will culminate in the Great Hall of World Religions. The inaugural exhibition will be devoted to the world's major religious traditions, including Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, and Hinduism.
This museum, in one place and one time, contains probably the most precious set of ideas that we've ever developed. The thoughts of every great religious leader, the thought of every great religious tradition, brought together in one place.
In order to let everyone understand how different religions interpret truth, every truth is exhibited in this museum.
With the recent rise of international interest in religious issues and values, the museum comes at a crucial time. Situated in downtown Taipei, the museum will offer the growing interfaith movement a gathering place at an international crossroads.
I think it's been the Dharma Master's hope from the beginning that the museum would be an unusual institution. It would speak about religions through their art, but it would also become an occasion for religious leaders and indeed believers from different traditions to meet one another on, if you will, a kind of common ground.
At the United Nations Millennium World Peace Summit of Religious and World Leaders, the Dharma Master talked to a number of the world's religious leaders, spreading word of the museum and finding many supporters.
I would like this museum to promote harmony, unity, and interaction among religions, to truly let religions provide love.
Master Shin Tao, the founder of Museum of World Religion. Welcome.
Nothing of this sort has existed before. From very humble roots, from a corner that might not catch the attention of North Americans in every day, a totally new idea has been put forward.
It works because there's an openness to the idea of sharing one of the most delicate and difficult to touch subjects in the world, religion. It's special because of the dedication of this Buddhist group, who maybe could have been the only people on the planet to have opened their arms wide enough to embrace so much diversity and celebrate it as a shared common human experience.